Jai Gurudev. Today 10/5/22, Tuesday. Yesterday, in the writings of Dhiruben, we saw how and how magnificent Bhagavan Ved were prepared. Now she further adds, at this book was not to be as this book was not to be sold, Harvard University was ready to give 45 books of its Harvard Oriental series in lieu of this single volume of Veda. But our Gurudev presented the book to the university. At the advanced age, he traveled almost all over America and gifted the precious volumes to the deserving centers of learning. The incomparable collection of Vedas in a book form was released on 2 1971 at Bombay in the presence of the thousands of devotees who had come from every nook and corner of India. It was Gurudev's desire that I should become a Sanskrit scholar and serve this immortal book to the best of my capacity, which will not only make lives of the devotees blessed in all ways on this planet, but ensure their well-being and spiritual progress after they had shed their mortal body. Details of the places where this book is installed and worshipped as well as read are as follows: Leicester, Oxford, Winterthur, Switzerland; Rome, Vatican; New York, Washington, Boston, Toronto, Chicago, Vancouver, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Georgetown, Barbic, Paramaribo, Trinidad, Southern Stampen, Paris, Basel, Castellana, Germany, Russia, Poland, Denmark, Bangkok, Hong Kong, Honolulu, Manila, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Jakarta, Chandigarh, Bali, Denpasar, Denpasar, Triolet, Genga, Talon, Port Louis, Nairobi, Coventry, West Bromwich, Birmingham, Henston, London, Ilford, Cambridge, Bolton, Preston, Leeds, Oldham. In India also, it is placed at many places. In all, some around 800 books of Bhagavad Veda are donated freely. He became Brahmalin at the age of 111 years, and his disciples are still spreading the message of Veda and are installing Bhagavan Veda at various places. His first disciple who succeeded him was Mahamandaleshwar Swami Govinda Nandacharya, and after him now Mahamandaleshwar Swami Ananda Bhaskarji is continuing all the works of the serving our religion which were started by Guru Gangeshwarananji. I would like to add some more interesting things about Bhagavan Ved. Gurudev decided in his mind to bring out this book. In those days, the estimated amount was 1 lakh. At Meghnad Bhavan of Shet Balchandji, a meeting was called and all people were present. Gurudev made an first express his desire to prepare such a Veda because he was of the opinion that we talk about Veda, but none of us has seen even in a book form Veda. So it is better to bring out such an edition which would create an impression that, oh, this is my Veda. So it must have a grand look. And so he expressed all these things and made an appeal that he needs 1 lakh rupees. But to the greatest surprise, he said, I am not going to accept more than 5,000 from anybody. There were people sitting there who could afford to give not 1 but 2 lakhs at a time. But Gurudev said, I don't want any person to believe or claim that I have donated for the whole book. So let all may collectively donate and not more than 500 by 5,000. Gurudev once told me that amount was already more than 5,000, more than lakh was ready. Next day morning, one lady came with 3 checks of 5,000 and she said that Gurudev, we 3 people are paying separate income tax in our house, so we are donating 3 checks. Such were the Gurudev's Shishyas. Great, no doubt great. Secondly, when Gurudev went to the American Library of American Congress, one of the biggest library in the universe, they say they crave and they try to collect books from all corners. Gurudev offered them. When he went there, there was one lady, of course American by birth, she was there to welcome. She has put not less than 20 editions of Veda on the table and then asked Gurudev that why should I add one more when I have got all the 20 here? While talking, Gurudev learned from her that she knows Gujarati. She studied Gujarati at Vidyapith in Ahmedabad. She knows Hindi. She studied Hindi at Delhi University. She knows Sanskrit because she studied Sanskrit at Banaras and English was her mother tongue. Then she said, why should I? Because I have got 20, right from Max Muller to any edition that is available in India. Guru, they said that what type of edition you need. She was knowing the subject. She said, I want something which is prepared with the help of a traditional Brahmins who have preserved Veda throughout the ages in an oral tradition. My friends, it is great surprising to the whole of the world that the Vedas, which are not less than 10,000 years, but they are transmitted in oral tradition. Guru tells to the Shishya, and Shishya tells to his Shishya, and his Shishya tells to his Shishya. In this way, Guru Parampara, they are even today. They claim that when the first it was seen by Yagnavalkya, say for an example, and how he has pronounced the Veda, his disciple learned it and then he gave to his disciple. That means before 10,000 years, the way in which Veda was pronounced, it is pronounced even in the same way today. That is the greatness of the Veda. And Gurudev said, all right, open the second page. And she opened the second page and it was written that these are the Brahmins who have assisted and they all know Veda by heart. She was so delighted and she said in Hindi, ये हमारे लिए एक अनुपम संग्रह बन जाएगा. This would be a great treasure, uncomparable for us. So that is the greatness of the book. When Gurudev went to Trinidad, a Muslim was our ambassador. Gurudev invited him, and the book was to be given to the university, and the university representative was a Christian. After Gurudev gave a nice lecture about Veda and then requested that Muslim gentleman who was the ambassador of India there to give Bhagavan Veda to that lady who was Christian. That ambassador was touched at the heart, depth of his heart, and he said that a Hindu saint requests or tells a Muslim to give his best religious book to a Christian. This is a rare incident. And and I think this is an Adarsha Paddhati. This is the greatest, this is the ideal way of life, and that Gurudev created. Gurudev said, Veda belongs to all. In Veda, there is no jati, pati, etc. One more important thing, when Gurudev landed in Indonesia, a Muslim country, Bhagavan Veda and Gurudev both were given a red carpet treatment. Welcome. A red carpet was there. And not only that, 21 gun salute was given there. And a Muslim gentleman remained all the 3 days with Gurudev wherever he went. He heard all his lectures, and that gentleman was the ministers of religions. This is surprising. In that country, there is one person appointed as a minister for the religions, and his duty is to see that each and every person performs his own religion without any hindrance. And so he continued to remain with Gurudev. In the protocol also, he allowed Gurudev's car to go first and his after Gurudev. Anyhow, but in the end, he said that I have heard the teachings of the Veda, and I would say this much, that while sitting in the castle of the Vedic instructions, we will be able to fight out communism successfully. This is mentioned in the book of Yogeshwar Guru Gangeshwar, which is edited by Srimati Ratanbe. Today, the time is over. We stop here and seek the blessings of Gurudev and Almighty, and we may continue, so that we may continue to spread the message of Vedas throughout the world with the blessings of Gurudev. Hari Om Tassat.